everybody, welcome back to another episode of Sister to Sister. My DMs was flooded. When I tell you flooded, because a lot of you wanted to find out what my opinion was on the Tristan Thompson saga. And I chewed on it for a while. I was saying to myself, no, I don't really want to get into the Kardashian, do that. But when I thought about it a little bit more, I thought, you know what, Chloe's a sister, Chloe's a woman, you know, and it would be nice to have like a different perspective. So yeah, let us actually talk about it. So we know Chloe most probably at this time have already given birth, and Tristan Thompson is the father. He came to light that he had been playing around for months, not with one, not with two, but three that we know of to date, playing around with these women, having affairs with them. And one of them, Stephanie, actually claims to be pregnant by him. So that would make in all 3 baby mamas, because he has a baby mama already, Jordan, who has a wonderful boy called Prince. So let me tell you this. I feel so sorry for Chloe. I feel sorry for any woman that goes through this, that you are pregnant, you're expecting a baby. This is supposed to be a wonderful time for you. You're having a baby, you're with the man that you love, and you're bringing life into the world, and it's supposed to be all cotton candy. You're supposed to be very calm. You have your friends and your loved ones around you, and you're taking another stage in your life that will change your life forever. And it is always great to have support, no matter what. As sisters, and I say this as us as women, I often see that we stand together in solidarity when something comes against us. When there's something against us, like the Me Too movement and how, you know, so and so was to women, we will stand together. But I don't often see us standing together for each other. I tell you this. And this is why I love Jada Pinkett so very much. When Jada Pinkett married Will, her first port of order was to get in touch with Will's prior wife. She wanted to have a healthy relationship with her, and for her to know that she was part of the family. Her son that she had with Will was her son too. You are my sister. In the modern day, we call it sister wives. But you are not an ex of anything. You just don't have a relationship with Will anymore, but you are part of this family. And so is your son, our son. So my children, that will be your children. Anytime anything happens, I want to be able to call on you first. If anything happens, I want you to be able to call on me. We have to love and respect each other for the roles that we play in Will's life. Or whatever mistakes he made, that's on him. But you are here and you will never go away. And I am here and I hope to stay. That is what sisters do. Let me break it down. Tristan, he left Jordan when she was 6 months pregnant with Prince. 26-year-old, young enough but old enough to have a baby. And they broke up. For whatever reason, they broke up. The relationship was done before he met Chloe. I want that to be clear, because a lot of people are saying the way you get him is the way you lose him. But I have sat back and I've really, gone into detail to find out what the tea was. And he had ended that relationship with Jordan before he went with Chloe. My thing is, Chloe, any man, and this is, I would tell this to my sister, to my daughter, to any other woman. Any man that leaves a woman 6 months pregnant is not somebody you should date. No way. The decent thing would have for him to at least see her through the pregnancy. Things change, feelings, be becoming different. I get that. But to honor your child, to honor the relationship, you should have been there to support her, to give her that honor, to give her that respect. You shouldn't have been dating anybody within the last 3 months. She was 6 months pregnant. Stay exclusive to the baby, if not to her. That is the problem I have with KHLOE. Even though you didn't know her, you didn't care to know her. Because if that were the situation, and I can only say with me and Ula had a relationship with a prior woman, not only would I not date him at that time, we would have to wait. I would insist that he keeps in contact with the baby mama at least until the child is born. The child doesn't go away. It's not as if you can buy a Gucci bag and then return it because the zip is broken. You brought a child into the world. So at the end of the day, I now am going to be a part of that child's life if I'm going to be serious with you. But it was so lackluster, it was so disrespectful, KHLOE, to Jordan, for you to have gone into this relationship. That was no time for that. And that's what I'm saying, that us as sisters, we have to look out for each other. It didn't matter that you didn't know her. She's a woman like yourself. Trust and believe there's not a single woman on this earth that goes into a relationship for it to fail. Not one of us would do it. That doesn't make sense. Why would we do that? And yet, here was KHLOE, and I love me some Lamar. She stood by Lamar when he was down and out, unconscious in a brothel within an inch of his life. He had cheated on her. He had humiliated her. She had tried so many times to get pregnant, but of course, because of his drug use, she couldn't. All of that. When push came to shove, she was by him and she nursed him to health. That's us as women. We'll do it for a man, but do we do it for our sisters? The same attitude you took towards Lamar is what you should have done to Jordan. Because Lamar betrayed you. Jordan was a casualty of war, and not by her own doing. Tristan is young. To me, he's so young. When he met KHLOE, he was only 26. He's making $16 million. That cocktail mix is lethal. He's a young guy. He's good looking. And women are falling at his feet left and right. KHLOE, it's not working for you. These sports guys, it's not working for you. As far as I'm concerned, you can date whoever you want. When I was in LA, I had an Armenian boyfriend. Nothing really happened or whatever, but we dated for like a hot minute, and I love their culture. And because I dated him, I understand the Kardashians. Armenian guys, Armenian girls love to date African American. It's not necessarily the color, I think it's the culture. They just slide in with that vibe. They love the music. They're really about their bling. When I was dating, his name was Tony. First, second, third date, bought me a Gucci bag, bought me Dior. Let's go here, let's go there. They're all about showy. So when I see the Kardashians, it's nothing new. Armenians are like that. They love their brothers and sisters because they kind of just vibe with that culture and mentality. So when a lot of people say, oh, she wants a mixed baby, no. That's their mentality. That's their vibe. They really just slide with the culture. They love that culture. They love the vibe. They love that music. If you hang around with Armenians enough, you see that they're light-skinned African Americans. Because I dated one and I saw his entire family, his sisters, all his 6 sisters, all dated African American guys. That's just their thing. They had their hair braided and everything. So it's not a thing where they go out of their way to say, I want to have a mixed baby. That's not it. But you have to date somebody that genuinely cares for you, that genuinely loves you, that doesn't want an ulterior motive. And you have to keep your eyes open and be honest and sincere to yourself, not only with him, but the relationships that he has had, because it gives you that resume to say, where are we going with this? It really does. There's no way Tristan could have walked into any door in my family, my sister, me, whatever, and we knew that he had an ex-girlfriend that was 6 months pregnant. Why are you here? What are we talking about? It's girl code 101 from a distance. You don't do that to my sister. And let us say you continued with the relationship, which you did. KHLOE, not one time did I see in the press anywhere did you reach out to Jordan. Did you tell Tristan, that's your son, Prince? You should go and see him. When is his birthday? Give her a shout out. Show this sisterhood. Had you done that, I think there would have been so much more empathy for you, and it wouldn't have been split down the middle where you deserve it, you this. But I see where the other girls are coming from when they say you deserve it, because it was so callous. It was so like you didn't care, you didn't give a damn. I don't know her, so why do I care? The same thing with married men. You date a married man, he has a wife. It doesn't matter if you don't know the wife. At one point in time, you would have wanted to be married in a relationship, and that would have hurt you to the bone if your man was sleeping outside. Sleeping outside without using a condom. So the possibility of him getting somebody else pregnant, one, and then bringing STDs into the home. It's not right. For a long time, I used to say, focus on your husband. It has nothing to do with the girl. But the more and more I think about it, actually, it has 80% to do with your husband, your partner, but we also have a responsibility to think about the other woman, think about the other girl. It is extremely important because we are all sisters. We don't stand together when somebody's against women as a whole. Why? We stand strong. We stand for each other. Genuinely. Think about it. If a woman he's married, you're out the door. He would be forced to go back to his marital home or do the right thing, separate, have a healthy relationship with the children and co-parent. But the back door, we also are oiling those wheels because we think that it's not important. It doesn't involve us. It's not us. We believe what he says. But she believed what he said too. It's a vicious cycle and we have to break it. And we have to think of the other women. You have to think about her at all times because karma will come back to you. And that's exactly what has happened with KHLOE. And KHLOE, I want you to understand that it's not, I don't want you to think, oh, you know what, you got karma because he was with somebody else. No. I think that this happened because you really didn't take into account who Tristan was. And taking into account who Tristan was, you had to account for Jordan. And you didn't account for her because you thought she wasn't any of your business. But you have to understand that because you're in the public eye doesn't mean that your story, your journey is more important than those stories that are not told. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You have to understand that. Chris, Kim, Courtney, Kylie, all of you should have stepped up and said, this guy is not good for you because he already has a woman 6 months pregnant, Jordan. I can imagine how hard it was for her to be in that delivery room and he'd never walk through the door with a soft toy, with goodwill, with kisses, hugs, cuddles. He was not there. And you have to fill out the birth certificate and you have to have mind over matter. And that shows the maturity of Jordan. I really do, because she's gone through hell and back. Now she's a survivor. So she was able to put out that beautiful statement and say, when you respect yourself, when you respect others, then you don't gloat at their misfortune. You know, she quietly went through all of that at 26 and nobody cared. All of a sudden it's KHLOE Kardashian and it's big news because it is the Kardashians. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it. KHLOE, you were wrong. You were wrong and I feel so sorry. But you know what? You have a beautiful baby girl. You have wonderful family. You have unlimited access to funds and you will be good. You'll be fine. You will be fine. But take this into account for next time. You have to think about the other woman and look for a man that loves you. Look for a man that is stable, level-headed. He doesn't have to have much. You've got more than enough. Build your dreams there. Start there. Because if you keep on having this same result with all of your relationships, then you have to step back and reflect upon your own self and say, what am I doing wrong? You know, you're making the same mistake. The power is in your hands. And that goes for all of the girls too. If you find yourself in the same relationship, different guys, same relationship, he's cheating on you, he doesn't care, so flashy, he's always vague where he is, then you are running after the wrong things. And that is not important, especially when push comes to shove. All right, my loves, my 5 cents. And I'll see you soon. Sending you lots of love. Bye. Woo! Do you love the hair?